Previously, the legendary hero named Shaun died in the gayest way possible, by falling into a pit set up by a perverted farmer named Touka. So Henry sopped his soul and placed it in Shaun's body so the Touka could take his place and seal the gates of hell, but on their journey they came to a town and their Yuna was bitten by a zombie. So Touka possessed her body to stop the transformation, but he was still able to use the holy sword even after getting inside Yuna. Which shouldn't have happened because only Shaun is capable of using the sword. And the only possible explanation is that Touka has now become the chosen one to be the legendary hero. And Marguerite was even happier because she could fulfill her duty as a princess and marry the legendary hero, but Touka pulls off for now because there's a devil at hand to deal with. They managed to take out one devil but the other one escaped and there was a full swarm of those undead around. Their Touka used his sword to kill that spellcaster devil. But another necromancer blocked his attack. His name is Diego, and the group of necromancers that survived the human attack now joined hands with the devil to take their revenge. And just from a glance he recognized Touka, as he was the one who actually killed the legendary hero Shaun, but the only problem is that right now Touka is at a level 4. And the guy in front of him is actually level 40. Normally every human can only rise to level 10, but spending their lives in hell has made all necromancers surpass human limits. But even as they speak the miasma of hell is spreading around the world. He tries to take Henry on their side, but she has already decided to save humanity from the devils. Then Diego called off all the zombies and Touka spreaded his holy sword to make a wall and trap all of it inside, so there is only one way, that is to keep on blabbering nonsense and distract him. The way Touka spoke his words for a moment Diego considered fighting him or not, but that moment the mayor who ran away the moment he got the chance returns with the mana carriage and drove right through Diego. Because Touka made a deal with him, that if he returns with the carriage and hit the enemy, he could see the princess naked in stockings, so the guy accepted his deal, and to inform him. Touka wrote the message on the wall to hit the white hair guy, and not only that mayor also brought some help, but it turns out he brought Yuna's sister and father. Yuna's sister Millie thought of herself as the new legendary hero and there she proved her power by destroying Diego's axe with just a swing of her sword. And from then on Diego gets surrounded by them as they overpowered him, but it was all for nothing as Diego didn't even have a scratch on him. He reveals that this was just a distraction for them. Because the spell that turned others into zombies was actually a spell that turns others into a mindless devil, and after 3 days, everyone under this spell will turn into a devil, including Yuna. So Touka stopped them from making any moves or they will be defeated by Diego. Then as he left Marguerite fires an arrow to distract zombies, and Colin gives his magic crystals to Touka. Because he has also been bitten by the zombies and will turn into one sooner, so Touka made a speculation based on the way Diego has gone. That he must be going to his base near Touka's village Elvani, so everyone hits the road to take down the necromancer's plans, but their Marguerite seems to know Fury. Yuna's father Fury is one of the 4 knights of the order, but he was kicked out because he tried to molest the female knights, and their mage is named Shannon, and another is Dorothy. But their Millie noticed that the way Yuna was speaking reminded him of Touka, so he got off the hook by making it up that she was just spending a lot of time with him. But their Millie gets on guard because it appears that Yuna wanted to steal Touka away from Millie, so Marguerite gets her bloodlust switch flipped hearing this. So Yuna tells her that in their childhood Millie bets that if she defeated Touka he would marry her, and Touka was defeated by her. Their Fury shows his bloodlust towards Touka as he doesn't want his daughters to be influenced by him. Aside from that he wants Yuna to return back to village because she is the weakest in her family, but there those necromancers blocked their way. So Dorothy and Fury steps out to take on the fight, and Shannon takes the opportunity to take the others away, but they falls into pit and now carriage is all busted. But as they got out of the carriage the area was filled with fog, so Millie used her sword to sway away that fog. It quickly returned because Ethel had made that fog with that devil and only she can see through that mist and there a devil stabbed Marguerite and one after another Millie. Henry and Millie and Shannon also collapsed, so Touka used his sword to hide out and surrender himself there. Ethel showed up and asked for his holy sword. Touka gave it away and in return he wanted to have his and his friends' lives spared, but she didn't have such plans and Touka knew it all along. So he tricked her by all this necromancer possession of Henry, but now that she's defeated Touka wanted Ethel to wear some stocking but then he quickly gets on his knees to apologize. Because she's Touka's master, there Millie realizes that Touka is inside Yuna's body, but Ethel didn't recognize Touka so he showed her his real body. So it was 3 years ago when Touka was struggling to return to his home after losing his mother. He fell into trap and Ethel pulled him back. He was impressed by that kind of efficient way to kill devils, so he followed Ethel to learn trap setting until she accepted him, but more importantly, he wants to know why Ethel is siding with the devil, so she tells him that she was present when the gate of hell opened again. And after that she changed sides and told them to see the reason with their own eyes. She tries to leave, but Touka stops her and tells her that sword contains a deadly needle. So she threw it away and accepted her defeat, but now she has accepted it. Touka made her wear stocking, more so naked, and now she has turned to Touka's side. Then she took them to a craftsman's home. But he refused to take any work as he has retired, so Ethel and Touka make their way inside like a thief and meet the grandpa. He's Shaun's own grandfather, and so seeing that he's returned home, Gramps agreed to help them out, but repairing will take at least 2 days. So Marguerite learned the basics of repairing rather quickly and offers to help him out. Then after that Ethel and Fury comes in a deal. Cause Ethel is interested in knowing about Millie's holy sword, and in the end she would reveal about their enemy. So this sword is actually a man-made sword created by the most powerful mage, and there are 3 others just like it, and it's powerful enough to destroy 4 devil general. Ethel keeps her end of the deal and reveals that the 4 general they were talking about is under those powerful necromancer, and with it they made those devil obey them. And now they have about 1,000 devils at their base, so Ethel suggests Touka to save his own life, but he is determined to save the world, but in reality he only wants to save Yuna, and Millie knew it. There Touka tells her about Yuna's transformation as well, and this is no different from 3 years ago, as he was the one who brought the hero to save the villagers and even used many traps, so that he could assist the hero only to save Yuna, but sadly Yuna was unaware of his efforts and continues to believe that Touka never planned to save her when the attack occurred. But then, as he went behind the walls, a hand touched him and he awoke in the past where his father was abusing his mother and even beating him up. He can't understand the situation because the people around him are acting like an NPC, and if his memories serve him right, this was the time he met Yuna. So he went up the location and met Kid Yuna there. But then he heard the voice of real Yuna and followed it, and there he met her illusion, so Touka was possessing her body. So when he got into this memory world, Yuna also got caught in it as well, but one thing was certain, that they could escape this memory world, so Touka got the idea to move to the town's end. And there they saw a white light covering the area. There they stepped inside of it and time leaps further in an instant. So they crossed another part of the light and gets inside Touka's memory when he lost his mother. There in her final moments, his mother gave him a letter that Yuna had written for him. And another moment they were between the war, and there Yuna saw that Touka had seen the Hellgate, but then on the next part it was rather peaceful. Yuna finally realized what kind of hell he has gone through in his past, yet he didn't say a single thing to her. Yuna reveals that she saw everything, that how he protected her even though she was infected, and there she also heard his and Millie's conversation. She regretted that she always taunted him that Touka never arrived to help her when devils attacked, but rather it was because of him that she is still alive. But then Devil, who pushed them into this memory world, showed up, because he was bored to death watching this crappy romance drama and wanted to finish them off. So Touka and Yuna made run and arrived in the memory when he had his power maxed out, but the devil can control anyone's thoughts outside of this world, so no matter how many times Touka tries, he won't be able to hurt him because he can control Touka's will. But their Yuna was the secret weapon because she was in her soul, so the devil can't interfere or see Yuna. So she took control of Touka's move to defeat him. There this memory world broke, and surprisingly Yuna also appeared in the real world in her soul form. And others have also defeated the devil's other subordinates. But what about this gate of hell that changed Ethel's mind? What will be the true turning point? Well, episode ended here, but subscribe to the channel to get the latest updates on this anime recap.